So we're in Osmotherley in North Yorkshire, here with John, just behind me, and the little puppy going wild. So we've got a 4x3 ecosystem pond, roughly. Yeah, it's looking fantastic. The lights have just pinged on, so it's really quite nice. It's 4 months old, did you say?
Maybe not even that, you know.
No? Well, I think you probably could hear it, so yeah, I hope I'll spin around and let John give us a little lowdown on what's going on.
So yeah, like what Dan was saying there, it's a pretty around 4x3 pond ecosystem, wildlife pond. Got our signature 400 in this side, that feeds us 2,500 biofalls up top. Really pleasing was how this the waterfall has come in. The way it kicks around off rocks, really pleasing against the glacial boulders. That really helps the natural feel. So like I said, the nice lighting in there, it's not too much, it's not too offensive, but it just highlights the necessary areas. We've got a nice big chunky rock here, so the idea was when we designed this is that we can stand on this and look straight down to the full depth of the pond. We've got a bog beach as well over this side, so this is what I really love actually to incorporate into our features. Just because it's a really nice way of actually putting the water's edge up to the terrestrial planting. It's just seamless. So we've got nice planting shelves. There's depths, changing all the way around this pond. This is a wildlife pond. The clients don't have any wish to have any fish in there, so it's been designed just purely for planting. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it. We've got some nice bits, nice chunky bits of wood as well, tree stumps that we found actually in the garden. So incorporating those into retaining banks, etc. This time next year, it's going to be amazing for the coloration.
And that's it, and I think one of the highlights for any pond builder, well, certainly for me, and I imagine John will agree with me, is when we arrived, actually we had a quick word with the clients, and they actually just added this seat over here. And for me, I imagine you'd agree, there's nothing better than having a client and then place a seat, a nice seat as well, a nice stone seat, facing the waterfall, facing the pond, obviously for maximum enjoyment. Yeah. And this time of night, though it is a little bit drizzly, the lights have pinged on, and actually it just gives that sort of magical feel, doesn't it? And that view, drop to that view as well. So yeah, well done mate, it's a cracking feature, top job, love it.
Yeah, this is lovely.
I love the way, this beach, like you said, comes through there with the different plants, St John's wort and the little lesser plantain down there, some flower. And I think we've got a few nice lilies in here as well, which have got maybe 2 or 3 buds on each one coming, so I think really settling in wonderfully.
Off the top of my head, I think there's a Barbara Dixon and the Black Princess.
Yeah, 2 quality lilies. Not sure why they're always named after women, but hey,
Well, they're prettier than blokes in general.
That is very true, yeah, I suppose they are. So we have just arrived at a project. JD Landscapes finished literally a week ago.
This is a really cool project. This is actually a very unique project in the fact that it is the only one of its kind in the country.
Exciting stuff. Oh, look at that. Wowza. Wow, yeah. So this is a new build property, a new estate. And they've come in and created something very special. So I suppose with no further ado, I will spin the camera around and just show you what's going on.
As you can see, when we got here was a very typical new build. It was just green, it was just grass everywhere really, essentially. We wanted to create something a little bit different, creating almost like an aquarium type look in the pond. This was actually really sort of challenging in the fact that the ground slopes away drastically.
Quite, yeah, it is, isn't it? Very much so.
If it was sloping towards the house, this would have been a completely different and easier construction build, but we worked with it. We built the grade up nearly a metre at the back, to get our waterfall. The waterfall, so the original actual grade was around here, and you can imagine if we'd have done that, the actual pattern, you would have seen maybe a couple of inches of water. We didn't want to build the pond up like what you see as a traditional koi pool. So we thought we'd build it up slightly and we'd recess.
Sweet.
So in here we've got a fish cave which we'll put at the far side. It goes underneath that big stone all the way to the back. And I think what's going to be really cool in a couple of years' time is when these really establish themselves, to be able to see through the lily pads, through the stems, everything like that. But really cool on a sunny day when we do occasionally get those sunny days. The dappled light that you're going to get through here is going to be sweet as well. Completely different look.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
When you stand here, it doesn't look that deep. When you take a step back and look through the window, it looks incredibly deep. You know, it's just, again, it's a different illusion. It's been a challenge. This one taken us, I think, 13 days of construction. But you know, if you look at it in 13 days of actual working days on this, to turn it from a lawn into this is a pretty mean feat, if I'm honest.
Yeah, sublime project. Well done, JD team. And so what I'll do is I'll just flip you around and show you a little bit of B-roll. So we're here at John's personal pond. So yeah, it's looking pretty sweet. It's been in for a while now, hasn't it?
Yeah, about 18 months or so.
Nice.
This is actually the reason I've always wanted a pond, but half of the reason as well, to sort of show clients you don't need a big back garden. You certainly don't need a big space. You certainly don't need a big pond to create this is a really nice sort of environment, really.
Yeah, and that's it. And like I said, there's a lot going on. I think the urn adds a nice little sort of formal feel, little nice twist that obviously your little one likes to play with.
Well, that's it.
And the dog. And obviously you've got some awesome planting in there, being a keen horticulturalist, which I think helps soften everything up and actually really makes this feature something rather quite special.
Definitely. I mean, the planting actually has taken a bit of a battering because of the pup that you've just seen there. She likes to sort of just lay in it and eat it. But you're right, plants really make a feature, but it's all about sort of softening those edges up. All the plants creeping over the waterfall, and love the fact that the hosta at the top, which again has actually taken a bit of a battering recently, bad weather and all that, but you can't tell where that waterfall starts from.
No, sure, just carry on going.
That Falls is well and truly hidden.
And there's quite a unique feature about this, so we will spin you around and show you sort of a little bit more detail, but obviously it's got a glass panel at the front, which obviously is for safety for the child, but actually gives you quite a nice sort of almost little viewing window through to obviously the fish below. So you say it's not the best one you've ever built, but you must have a favourite bit or something that sort of resonates with you that you like to incorporate in, as you said.
I actually really like this edge down here, the grill, right at the bottom. The fish, as you can see, come real close up. It's really shallow. This is where I feed my fish. The deck is flush to my back doors, so on those nice sunny days we open these back doors out, and it's an extension into my garden. The balustrade, it's like I said, the viewing window is there predominantly for safety, but hey, doesn't it look amazing?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Really quite fun.
It just gives another element to it. And if you had balustrade, the bars across, it would detract massively.
To me, it feels a bit prison-like. And if you do have small children, realistically, they're not going to be left alone anyway. But are they really going to start playing and crawling through here without you noticing? Most certainly not.
There is no such thing as a dangerous pond, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I might get shut down for that, but.
Well, that's it, and it's all about educating the children. Even with with my nieces, they're a bit older now, but when they were a bit younger, you know, they actually walked up to the ponds with their hands behind their back to actually look in, and they know not to get too close. Even if I'm sitting there watching the fish, they know to come and sit next to me, you know, sort of a foot or so away, and then, you know, sprinkle the food in.
Yep.
Admittedly, not sometimes the best, but they enjoy it, and it really is about education, even with, you know, such a small infant as well.
Yeah, no, completely. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, and I love it, mate. Yeah. Thank you very much for having me over. It's been nice. After everything that's been going on in the world for the last few months, it's nice to get away and you know, meet with friends and tour around and get back to what us CACs do best, which is integration and working together and having fun ultimately.
Completely. Yeah.
Sound, man. Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
See you soon.